Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something pretty much everyone deals with, procrastination. You know, that feeling when you know you need to do something important, but you just keep putting it off. We're going to offer a really practical, maybe even a bit surprising way to cut through that based on some ideas from English Easy Practice. Now, it might sound like just a language learning source, but we think the core advice in there is actually, well, really powerful for anyone trying to get things done.
Absolutely. Our mission really is to unpack this one seemingly simple technique. We want to show you how it can genuinely change how you approach those tasks you've been avoiding. Hopefully you'll have a few of those aha moments about, how productivity actually works and something you can use straight away. Turn that feeling of being stuck into actually doing something.
Okay, so let's get into it. That feeling, we all know it, don't we? That little voice saying, I should be doing X, but then the louder voice goes, I just can't start. I keep putting it off. Our source actually puts it quite simply, feeling tired or lazy to study. It feels personal, like it's just us, but it's so common.
Yeah, and what's interesting is how the source defines procrastination. It's just when you wait or delay doing something. Simple. But beneath that simplicity, there's often this real barrier. Psychologists sometimes call it activation energy. Like the source says, the hard part is just starting. That initial push, it can feel massive, almost overwhelming. That's really the core of the problem for many people.
Right. So what's the trick? What's the simple fix from the source material? It's something called the 10-minute rule. And honestly, it's exactly what it sounds like. You commit to doing the task, whatever it is, for just 10 minutes, the source says. You study for just 10 minutes. That's all. After that, you can stop if you want. And immediately, doesn't that just sound, well, doable? Just 10 minutes feels easy, not scary.
Exactly. It's brilliant because it tackles that activation energy head on by making the initial commitment tiny, almost trivial. It's not just about tricking yourself, though. There's real psychology here, like the Zeigarnik effect. Our brains kind of nag us about things left undone. So once you start, even for 10 minutes, you've opened that loop. Your brain kind of wants to keep going. The source says it helps your brain get started, and it's like your brain wakes up. It just lowers that initial resistance so much.
Yeah, and that leads to the really cool insight, the kind of aha moment the source points out, which is that most of the time when you start, you keep going. You cross that 10-minute mark and suddenly you're thinking, okay, well, I'm already doing this. Might as well do a little more.
Right.
It's that momentum, right? Getting started is the hardest part. And this rule basically removes that friction. It reminds me of those ideas about tiny habits. And even if you do stop after 10 minutes, that's still a win. Seriously. You broke the cycle of not starting. You did something. As the source suggests, even that minimal effort builds a good habit. It proves to yourself you can start and chips away at that inertia. It's progress, no matter how small.
And it's so practical. The examples they give, like listen to a short podcast or read one page, maybe watch a short video, these aren't huge commitments. They show how easily this fits. You can find 10 minutes, right? Waiting for something, break time, whatever.
Yeah.
It's easy to fit into your day. This idea really comes alive in this little chat they include between Lisa and Tom. Lisa is basically saying what we've all felt. I want to study English, but I keep putting it off. And she mentions feeling lazy at the beginning. So relatable. And Tom, just like a helpful friend, suggests the 10-minute rule. Lisa's reaction. That sounds easy. Perfect. And she immediately decides, okay, I'll watch an English video for 10 minutes. It's not some huge life change, just a small practical step she can take right now. Yeah, that little story is great because it shows it in action. It makes it feel less like abstract advice and more like something real people do. And seeing Lisa decide to try it might make you, the listener, think, maybe I could try that too. It directly tackles that not feeling like learning or doing whatever task it is by offering a way to just sneak past that initial reluctance.
Definitely. And to really get a handle on this, it helps to look at the language the source uses, the key phrases. They kind of unlock the thinking behind it.
Right. So to put off.
Yeah.
The source defines it as delaying something you don't want to do. Example, I always put off my homework until the last minute. Okay, we see that. But the 10-minute rule reframes it. Putting it off isn't a character flaw. It's just inertia. And inertia can be broken easily. That last-minute rush, that's starting under pressure. This rule helps you start without the pressure. Then there's keep going. To continue even when it's hard. The example, I wanted to stop running, but I kept going and finished the race. This connects back to that momentum idea. Once you overcome the start, continuing often feels, well, more natural than stopping. And finally, that makes sense, meaning something is clear or easy to understand, like, do you study better in the morning? That makes sense. You have more energy then.
Mm.
It's that click, that moment of understanding why something works. Understanding why the 10-minute rule is effective helps you actually use it.
So we really encourage you listening to think about these phrases. Maybe even try using them yourself when you think about your own habits. Understanding how we talk about procrastination can actually help change how we deal with it. It gives you a language for it. So wrapping this up, the big takeaway is just the power of starting small. Really small. Just 10 minutes. Whatever you've been putting off, big or small, maybe just try giving it 10 minutes. See what happens. You might genuinely surprise yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And maybe a final thought to chew on. If just 10 minutes can break that cycle, if it can lower that activation energy enough to build a good habit, well, what else could you achieve? What bigger goals, what skills you thought were out of reach could you start chipping away at by always applying this principle of just making the start ridiculously easy? Not just for today's task, but, for whatever challenges lie ahead.